Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day and you're being productive at work, not slacking off like watching this video. So what's going to happen today is we're going to finish happening the rear firewall. This piece is already made. We just left it open to have some access to the front. Yesterday, we made a bracket for the fuel cell. And we actually cut a portion of the rear end so that the fuel cell sits in about 3 extra inches and we get some more clearance. What do you guys think about the placement? Instead of having this fuel cell in the back, we're gonna move it up a little bit to the front. One of the things that I'm a little bit concerned about is having the fuel cell in the back. It gives me more weight, so it helps the car squat when I get on throttle. But my concern is not that I'm going to crash, but if somebody hits me, it's going to damage my fuel cell. So we moved it up front. Also, what's nice about it being up front is it's going to give me a lot more access to mount the radiator as well. So the radiator, I was having a difficult time having it mounted properly. Usually you want the radiator to vent the air out because it's always going to be like 200 degrees Fahrenheit for the exhaust from the coolant, so it's really hot. You either have the exhaust vented out or vented down and out from the car. I've seen some configurations where people will have the fuel tank and then the fuel pump and the fan is just venting it straight back here. It's going to superheat everything in the back, including the pump and the fuel cell and the fuel inside. And that's not necessarily the best scenario, right? You don't want to superheat your tank or your fuel. What's going to happen today is I'm going to design a custom slosh tank up here where the pump's going to pump the fuel into a holding tank up here somewhere, and then the fuel's going to gravity drain right into the Aeromotive fuel pump setup. That way the pump isn't trying to pick up fuel from a lower spot, and it doesn't work as hard because the fuel is just coming right in with the help of gravity. It's going to make these pumps last a lot longer. And then have less dry starts, which is going to extend the life of the pump as well. We also put some brackets on the side, as you can see right here. This is going to keep all the fireproof the sides, and we just have a little bit more gap right there, and then we have a little bit more of a gap up top that's going to be sealed. But once it's done, the firewall in the back will be finally completed, and we can move on forward. For the rear cage, we were originally thinking about doing an X format, but the X brace is going to hit the end of the cage. So we're not doing that anymore. We're just going to put a straight bar right across the bottom. It's going to give us some structural integrity. And then one of the things that we always do for our product partners is find the best way to display their product. So instead of, the ideal place to mount this would be actually under the tank to have that gravity drain, and also to just extend the life of the pump with the gravity drain. We're actually going to display this on that crossbar. So when somebody looks into the back of this vehicle, once it's completed, they'll see, boom, they'll see the fuel-safe fuel cell, and then they'll look at this Aeromotive fuel pump. It's going to be displayed right here. We might put some lights on it so it draws some attention. And the fuel's going to come down from the slosh tank into the 12AN fitting. Always buy yourself an awesome filter. I can't stress that enough to prevent fuel starvation. And it's going to go down through the frame, come all the way across, and it's going to feed up to the front through some lines made for E85. So that's the project today. I'm going to custom design this on the computer, or custom design the slosh tank on the computer to fit on the roll cage. And then we'll have this part buttoned up and all the gaps filled. And then we'll start plumbing the fuel system today, hopefully. Stay tuned. There's a lot of stuff going on. Shout out to Vegas Drift. And yeah, let's see what it looks like at the end of the day. See you guys later. Cheers.